Whenever makes a list on this leader, he gets so much hate. Green, black, Issho. I actually really like Issho as a character, so I'm excited to do a video on him to give you guys some content on my build. It goes based off of a smoker build, and I have a Perona based build, which is basically just a copy and paste of the deck. I want to get your thoughts down below. How can we make this leader a lot more viable in the future? What is it missing? Because it's definitely missing something, but I can't quite figure it out. This is the Navy build right here for Issho. Obviously, he's the Navy leader. Only thing I'm missing is Sengoku, and I'm gonna change out this Morgan for it. The reason I was playing the Morgan is because before I was playing the 4-drop Mihawk, or the 3-drop Mihawk that plays out a slash character, so it can cheat out Ryuma a turn early as well as Brook. It seemed really viable, but it didn't really work, especially when we went more Navy style with the Rebecca, so I changed it. Let's get in Sengoku. Alright, here we go, guys. This is the Navy build for Issho that I've got cooked up. Again, it goes slightly off of smoker lists without the Tashigi, of course, because it wouldn't work with Issho. Issho needs something extra, but if you don't know what he does, ×1 Dawn your turn, all of your opponent's characters get -1 to their cost. At the end of your turn, tap 1 Dawn, set one of your characters with a cost 5 or less as active. So I've tried this with Navy, I've tried this with Supernova, I've tried this with Wano. None of it's good, but this is the closest I can get to good. Obviously, this sounds like an amazing leader effect, multiple leader effects, but at the end of the day, Perona's just better than this. And the issue with this that I'm seeing is the lack of use and the combination of the two leader abilities. ×1 Dawn, give all of your opponent's characters -1. This would work with Krieg in the Wano package, but it forces them to be rested. We don't have much to rest them in those packages. That's why Perona uses her leader ability to rest them. We need something like a Rob Lucci that kills 2 smaller characters or something like that all at once, but without enough cost minus, we don't have that, because all we have to do is play out these characters like Subaru that gives -2 and it's a 2k counter, or Helmeppo which gives -3, it's a 2 cost for 1k. Like, we have to have these characters on the board to be a viable option into actually killing multiple targets. Without having the setup and the perfect hand, you can't really do so. Obviously, you also have the one cost event that just gives -5 to any character, but -1 to all characters means this is the anti-aggro strategy, but without enough removal, because we can't remove multiple bodies in one turn, with our KO being stuck to Ryuma, T-Bone, and Kobe, which all have KO abilities. Obviously, if we have a Jack on board, this is really, really strong, because this one will kill any 4 cost, or we can kill multiple bodies on our future turns after this is already developed, using Gecko Moria into Rebecca and Kobe, for instance, with the Suru and leader ability. So this would give -1 to everything. This is giving something -2. These are both killing 3 cost, which sounds really good, but it takes so much specific setup. Our strongest removal is Ryuma. It just KOs a 4 cost, but it has to be rested, which that criteria is really difficult. Brook kills anything that is a 0 cost and also gives -1 on play and when attacking, doing both effects simultaneously, which is supposed to be really strong, especially when paired with Rebecca. Borsellino is just a 4-drop blocker that can't be KO'd on our opponent's turn and has +1000 power. Brand new is our 2-cost searcher, looks at top 3, grab a Navy, and then trash the rest. Sabo is great for other black matchups, and it stops KO abilities, draw 2 and trash 2 for amazing filter and setting up our trash. Rebecca just gets a 3 to 7 cost from your trash to your hand, then play 1 3 cost or lower black character from your hand. The issue with Rebecca into a stronger green is that you can't grab green, right? You can only grab black. So that's what makes that one tough. We have Gecko Moria. If you don't know this card, you haven't been playing One Piece. You play a 4 cost active or a 2 cost active. You play the other one rested. You get 2 bodies out. So usually you play Rebecca active and you play something with cost minus as rested, and then you use Rebecca to return Kobe or Brook and then kill whatever you just minus with these 2. OP. You've seen it. Tashigi gives -2. You have to rest this character, activate main, give one of your opponent's characters -2, and it's a 2k counter. Sengoku trashes 2 Navy black characters from your hand. If your leader is Navy, draw 3 cards. Straw Sword is something I'm trying to go with more of the Ryuma. This would be better maybe in the Perona package, but we'll see how it plays out in this build. Basically, you just get to rest up to one of your opponent's characters, any character at all. So this can win us a game also if they have blockers on board. Just save us, I guess. And then obviously, like I said, the Ice Age to give -5 is going to be really good, but I don't know how this is going to work, guys. We're just going to have to find out We're going to do this one, and then we're going to do the Wano strategy either in the next video or later. If you guys like green black Issho, let me know. See if there's some ideas that you can drop down below for us to build on. I think there's some awesome stuff in the future that maybe we can do. I've also toyed around with certain cards like this Sakazuki. If you have 2 or more rested characters in play, KO one of your opponents cost 5 or lower characters. This seems like it'd be really strong, but I wish it worked with our final part of our leader ability to make it active like all the other Odyssey characters do. So I can also go for an Odyssey build. This is a deck I want to mess around with a lot, so if you like that and you want to see that, please leave a like, leave a comment, join the Discord. We already have some more members joining, so super thankful to you guys who have joined already. It's awesome to build up this community. We're at like 330 subs. A week ago we were at 300, so it's awesome to see us get more followers and such. So anyways, that's it for the yapping session and the deck guide. Let's get into some actual games. Alright guys, our goal is to not get steamrolled by the purple Luffy. They get to choose, so obviously they're going to go first. I do like the idea of mulliganing that hand. I like getting the Kobe for instant removal rather than the Ryuma for rested, just because of how aggro this deck is. It definitely will help, especially when we can put 1 Dawn on leader and then kill anything. Petunia is going to be joining us. I think I'm going to grab the Suru to have the Helmeppo in trash and the Brook in trash. And then we'll just pass turnover. We're going to set up our trash pretty well. We have the Ice Age, which is going to be really good. I wouldn't mind countering this, probably with the TCG. I don't think we'll be needing it anytime soon. I think that'll be the best option. Hi, Petunia. I do see you. Now we're going to use the Kobe on the next turn. So we're going to swing 6 at face. We're not even going to let this Zoro be rested. That gives -1. The Kobe kills a 3 cost. I would love to not have to discard a card, but obviously we do. So we will play this out. Use the card action. We won't have the Ryuma for a minute. But I think we'll ditch the Suru because now next turn we can T-Bone and Ice Age if we need to. We'll just kill the Zoro, putting us in a safe spot. 5 at face. We will take here. We know exactly what he's going to do. No trigger on the Straw Sword. Now we'll be good. Because the Straw Sword's going to be very strong for when we need it. Because technically we're on 6 Dawn, so we can't Ryuma into this just yet. But on our next turn, that's definitely a possibility. But I wouldn't mind getting rid of this now. So we'll Ice Age this guy, put out the T-Bone and kill it. And then we'll just go 5 at face. But now you can see kind of the contradiction here of, I want to give everything minus, and I want to set myself as active, but that's 2 Dawn. I need something that you don't have to use Dawn for. Forcing us to counter here, because he's going to swing twice. So we have to give him the Subaru, which kind of does suck. 8 we'll have to take, and you can see how we are getting put on a clock. This guy is cooking up right now. So Ice Age down this, playing out Ryuma, which is going to be really good. And now's a turn we can actually keep this. We could obviously Straw Sword the Sangoro as well, but I think it's better because he's already going to have cards in hand anyways. We need to get rid of the big threatening bodies, so we'll Ice Age this down, play out Ryuma to kill it. That leaves us a 5/5/6 into face, leaving 1 active to stand up our T-Bone, just so we can't kill it. I guess that's an option, because again, I'm trying to use the leader ability here, but also we could just go 5/5/5 and play brand new, get to search the top 3, set up our trash, be ready for Gecko Moria next turn. And Gecko Moria is going to be a lot stronger. We need to see a Rebecca in the trash ASAP. So we'll try this. We get to grab a next turn. I think we put the Borsellino in trash. We'll keep the Kobe, because now if we get a Rebecca off the top, technically we can add back a 2k counter, and then we'll just pass turn. But you see how we haven't used that second effect once. This first effect works really well in the black build of this. The second effect works really well in the Wano build of this. So this puts us in a tough spot. He's going at our face, and so he's going to go 9, and then he's going to really test us. You see what I'm saying? What were we supposed to do here? Because now he can just take this, swing 13, and it's technically a stupid idea because we could technically get out of it if we had the right counter, but we did it. So we got a little aggro down. He didn't even leave one up for Gum Gum Giant, which I would have at least done because he only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7k counter. So we could have just put 10 on lead if we did have the counter, but he went all out. Nothing we could have done. Alright, if that last matchup was not bad enough, we are going to take on Shanks here. We're taking on meta threats because I want you guys to see this deck build. I think we'll do the Wano one after this because I find so much more consistency just playing Perona as Issho, basically. But I want you guys' opinion on this. I want to try to build something here. I want to do a green-black Issho community build. I'm telling you, there's got to be something I'm missing. And there is the Mihawk to use, the 2k counter. I just did not find effectiveness out of it. I will keep this hand because we have good even curve for this build. At least right here, we get to set up our trash. We get to play down a blocker or KO ability depending on what we need. I think this is pretty solid. The only issue is if he plays Lucky Roo on 4 instead of Yasop on 5, if he plays off of curve, obviously, it puts us in a tough spot. The thing is with this deck is I think the Wano build is just better, and that sucks to say, but it's true. Here we can only grab the Suru, putting a Rebecca in trash as well as one of our Straw Swords, so we won't get the Straw Swords to rest down his Rayleighs or anything. Kind of sucks, but definitely getting a 2k counter is not something to complain about. I'm hoping he just goes 8 at face, but he'll probably split and go 5 and 5. That's what I find a lot of Shanks do when they get that early searcher, and honestly I don't think it's a bad idea. Why did we just get so big? There we go. Where does Tudon go? Oh, he hasn't gotten him yet. So now we're just waiting on our opponent. Maybe. Alright, he is back and ready to go. Draws his Dawn, of course. That's how you start your turns. He plays another Uta down. Looks like it may be a 7 at face here, because now he can't split, which I'm okay with. Taking a life, getting more cards in hand. He gets to grab a red force, so it looks like he's actually going to play down the red force, which is pretty solid, actually. A lot of people have been using this red force in their Shanks builds recently. After I saw Marineford TCG, I believe, he made a video on it. I could be wrong. I try to shout people out when I know, watching a lot of One Piece content. I love watching everybody succeed and stuff, so I love seeing what they're doing and just able to compare and make new friends and stuff. So he decides not to swing us. We won't have a swing of our own, so we're just going to play down the Borsalino, I believe. We could go down with the Brook to go ahead and get KO power on the board, but he won't have too much to KO at the moment. He could get rid of one of the Utos. We could go 6 at face, which isn't a bad option to put on some pressure. So I guess that is what we'll do. He chose not to swing us. I'm guessing he's playing the very control-based build, trying to not give us more cards. But as we already have a full book here, I don't think I'd be stressing about it too much, taking that one swing. But hey, everyone's got their own choices and ideas. He probably didn't have a 2K yet. You see that a lot. Shanks will run out of 2Ks pretty early or just not able to find one. We run 10 in our build, so I like being able to find them. But the issue is that we always play the Suru, and so that's not much of a 2k counter unless we're playing it off the Gecko Moria, so of course we can use it now. The biggest thing is just we need to get this Brook into trash. Now if he's going to just swing 8 at us, that's going to be a different beast. We're just going to have to take right there. We do get the Sengoku, so we can filter through a little bit if we need to. The biggest thing is he is going to have a Fire Fist here. So what we're going to do is we could play this out and then not be able to be KO'd, which would be good, but I like the idea of filtering. Now, I think we go with Sabo. It's filter built in its own way. That'll let us draw 2, trash 2, and go 5 or 6 at face with our Issho right there. We could go 5 and 5 just to kill the Uta, but I'm really not stressing the Uta if I'm honest. So we'll just draw 2, and I guess we'll trash one of these, and probably just one of the Ryumas can be good. I just don't know when they'll be good. That's the only issue I'm seeing right here, because once he plays an 8-drop, this will give us -2. Even with the other one, it's -3, so playing it off the Gecko Moria is not much without 1 on leader, which I guess we need to just find a Helmeppo, I'm assuming, so could be good to play off there, so we'll pass and leave it at that. We'll swing 6 at face, and I think that's pretty simple. We'll go 6, and then we may swing the Brook. I just don't know if I care about killing Uta or not, honestly. We have a blocker on the board, and if he's not developing bodies and he's swinging with the Uta, I guess that's okay with me. I don't think I'm stressed about it. We're going to 8 Dawn next turn, so we will have our Gecko Moria play active, getting us Rebecca into nothing, but adding nothing back to hand either, so it is what it is. We stopped the 2-cost event. It may have been good to burn it early and just have our Rook get killed, at least taking the 1-drop kill right here, but hard to say, honestly. If I was him, I would use the red force on the blocker because it basically just gets rid of that extra 1k power putting the 6k down. I think if he doesn't do that and he does swing, I think that is a misplay, but you never know what he's playing here. He's going to 7, so he should Beckman down our Sabo anyways. If I was him, maybe going for the Brook, but I don't know if Brook's really what I'm scared of at this point, especially knowing that nothing's really going to happen with it. But I guess we know that. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know we don't have an Ice Age or something like that. He doesn't know we're playing Ryuma. I just don't find Ryuma working, but I don't think Rob Lucci would work either because we don't have enough cost minus for Rob Lucci. So that's why I'm sitting in a tough spot, you know what I mean? Either way, it's difficult. He chooses not to trash anything. What the heck? I'll take a free block. Something's telling me this guy's new. Something's telling me. Ooh. We are going to play out Sengoku. We're going to trash this. Actually, I wish we could do that. we'll trash this, draw 2. Now we'll have 2 Brooks, which really is not going to do anything for us, especially when we don't have any cost minus at all. Because even if we play out this Sabo and we draw into an Ice Age, we have to put 1 on lead, I guess. So I guess we'll do that, see if we get 1. We do not get 1. So we'll just trash one of these and one of, obviously this is a gasser of a card. I don't know if we'll need the Straw Sword or not, but it wouldn't be bad to have just in case. But I also like having the Ryuma. So with him swinging this Beckman soon, I think we'll get rid of the Straw Sword instead. And then I will go 6 at face, see what he wants to do. And then the cool thing about this is if he does the -1, I can still swing the Sabo, of course. And then I can stand the Sabo back up. So we're going to burn 2 2Ks or a 1K here with leader effect, which would probably be the smart move, but I will be able to stand my blocker back up. And this is where the card, the ability actually becomes effective, is just being able to stand up this blocker. So we use the card action, now we have our 2 blockers, and we swung with 1. And next turn we'll have more blockers on the board, it looks like. We are blockered up. You cannot do anything. We definitely need to use 1 this turn. We're in a really good spot because we're not really taking damage, and I think he messed up earlier by not hitting us. Looks like 7, 8, 9. I wonder why 7, 8, 9. Why was 6 afraid of 7? That's what I meant to say. Damn it, I was so close. It was almost so good. We have like no 2Ks here, guys. That's kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't enjoy that, but we are going to take, probably gonna take, oh, I don't know. We have to take 1 anyway, so I guess we take the first one just in case, and then we can double blocker out. We are going to be able to develop blockers next turn. We already have a Rebecca in trash, so we don't have to stress about getting rid of one of those, especially because we can play it off the Gecko Moria. So we'll take here. We get a 3rd Gecko Moria, which is crazy. We're just going to block out of both of these, so that'll still put us in a very safe spot. We just need to see what we draw, honestly. Who would have thunk it, you know? Like, who would have thought that's what was going to happen? We have the Ryuma here and the Suru. So if we put 1 on leader, play Suru, and then we can cheat out Ryuma, but Ryuma will allow us not to have any blockers, which puts us in a tough spot if he starts swinging face, and that's what I'm worried about here. So with the Rebecca, we can bring out Brook. Brook cannot kill anything with the power minus, and then we will add nothing to hand either. So that's not really good. I guess we have to go for the kill instead. Having a blocker on board would obviously be good, but there's not much we can do here. So we will play out the Ryuma, and then, like I said, Suru, getting rid of Sengoku. We'll Suru first, then kill this. That at least lets us kill that, which is going to be good. And then I will swing, I guess, just 7 at face, just because there's nothing I really need to restand anyways, and there's nothing to play out. So we'll just go 7 at face. He'll probably give us another 2K if he has it. If not, we can assume he doesn't have any 2Ks. And it looks like he's got more, man. How many has he given us? 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy cow. I could give you that many geckos in return, buddy. Let's see what you can do here. We have only 1K counters, which kind of sucks. We've played our only 2K, and we used the other one to trash earlier. He wants a free kill on the Uta. Sure, you got it, pal. If he does go 5 at face, we can expect a 9 and a 12 from the Rush Shanks. And I'm not looking forward to that because we will be put down to 0. And let me tell you, 0 is not going to be good here, not at all. So there's only so much we can do. The Gecko can get us out, like I said, the Rebecca. We could go for Borsalino to not be KOable, but it's hard to say. There's nothing to even add back from our trash other than Sabo to our hand off of the Rebecca play. So we could play out the Rebecca, cheating out the Brook from hand, but that's also not a good situation because that's just counter we're losing from our hand. That's why the Gecko's a better play. But then we could get the Sabo out if we use the Rebecca from hand, adding the Sabo back to hand, playing out the Sabo. But it's just such a negative side. I don't know if that makes sense, negative in a way, but it's just not working. It looks like he may play a Newgate or a Rayleigh. Respectable. He wants to kill the Ryuma. Ryuma will kill your Uta. Ooh. And he's going to swing 7 at face. 7 and 9. We're going to have to give him 3 1Ks from hand. That does not sound good, does it? Oh, he's only going 6. I will give you a Brook and a Borsalino. Give him 2 cards from hand. Leaving up 1 up for an event of some sort. We'll take this, find our 3rd Rebecca. Oh, is that our 4th? That's our 4th because we have 1 in trash. So we have 4 Rebeccas, 4 Geckos, 2 Ryumas. If we were Lucci, this would literally be God tier. But we're not. So that kind of sucks. He had an Uta in hand, grabbing a Ben Beckman for the 1K counter, which is going to be really good for him. Here we are going to have to give up. At this point, what do I do? Rebecca, is there anything Rebecca can add to give cost minus? That's a big no. We can obviously add back the Brook to give -1. That's just going to kill this. We can only go -2 total because our cost minus is just gone. The Ryuma would be really nice, but we would have to do that again off of the Gecko. And now that he saw we have 2 1Ks, we can't do that comfortably. So we're just going to have to Gecko into Brook. So we're going to have to swing the 6 here, see what he wants to do. And then we're going to swing 6 with lead. And then we're going to play 4 for Rebecca. Well, I guess we'll play 4 for Rebecca first, just to add back the Sabo, get the non-KO abilities, just in case there's a trigger that we're not thinking of, protecting our Rebecca and finding out what we have in hand, in case there's a 2 cost that we really need on the board. I'm really hoping to find some counter, honestly, but we'll see what we can do. We will add back the Sabo to hand, and then we could cheat out the Kobe, but I really don't want to go down in cards in hand, so we will just play out the Sabo. Draw 2, we'll trash 1, maybe even 2, guys. I don't think we'll need this many Gecko Morias. Ryuma could be good from hand, especially now that we do have cost minus, but I don't think this is going to last long in the cost minus slot. So, now we'll get rid of the Gecko. We could play the Sengoku here, trashing these 2 to draw 3, but I'd rather have firm counter rather than the chance of not having any at all. So he did not use leader ability. We'll just go 6 because if we go 5, we're cooked anyways. And this only stands a 5 cost or less as active. I don't know if we need to build the deck really low to the ground or what. So like I said, let me know down below because green-black Issho is struggling right now, boys. Into the meta, I'm showing you guys a loser deck, and that's what I meant to do because I want your help making this deck better. There's so much more we could do. Oh man, he has the Beckman we already knew about, but that's going to be 7 Dawn. Getting rid of one of our blockers here, though, because it does trash. So what we're going to have to do is, if we block here, then he plays the Beckman, right? But if he plays a 10-drop Roger, so we can't take this. We know that. It's only an 8. We could block out, but then he plays the Beckman, getting rid of this, right? And then he would have 8 and 9. We can get out of 8, so I think the best bet is to block with the Sabo, just in case he plays the Beckman. We could have done the Rebecca, I guess, but I guess we'll just counter out of this one with a 1K Sengoku. Kobe could come up just in case, but we are just under a lot of pressure here. It's looking like a 10-drop rush something, but the issue is if he plays this, right, and he swings 9 at face and we block out, the issue is if it's a 10-drop Shanks, he kills our Gecko Moria and we can't have that get cleared. But if he does play the 10-drop Shanks, or if he plays the Goldie Roger, we just can't block. So it's like either way we're in a predicament. And if we counter from hand, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. We have to block, sadly, which does suck, but it's literally just now he rushes down the Sengoku. With the Shanks from his hand, Hockey Shanks over there. If he's got it, if not, we're in a better position, I guess. But he's always got it, right? Because now this is 4, 5... 2, 3, 4, 5, still 5 cards from hand. So if we give this to him, though, we definitely lose. If we don't give this to him, we definitely lose. Yep. There you go. There's my hand. We do get the Ryuma, which is our Ice Age, which is really good because we can kill the Shanks now with -5. That'll make it a 5, of course. Leader effect, giving it -1. So then we tap 8 for Gecko Moria. So now that it's what would that be? -6. We need to give it minus. We'd have to Kobe it. So we'd have to discard our Ryuma. So we'd have to play out Rebecca and Tsuru. So I guess this is what we have to do. Play this out, cheating out Rebecca and Tsuru. Tsuru -2. Rebecca will cheat out Kobe. Discard this, kill this. And then now we have to go. See, the issue is if we swing 6 at face, he just either counters or doesn't, but either way, we're only going 9 at one of these big bodies, so we need to clear the board, and that's all we can clear. So it's like, we can hope he just makes a horrible decision somehow, and he does. Oh my gosh, we have to do this just because we have to get the kill. We're not going to, because you just -1 gives us a 1K, and you just win the game on the next turn, but that was the only way. Thankfully, he did counter. Maybe that was what cooked him, but I really doubt it, honestly. Right now, having 2 Gecko Morias would look really nice, but also just having counter in hand or a hand at all would also look really nice. So I think he gave -1 to this Gecko Moria. He was just going to let it die. He didn't care. He thought this one could swing. I literally cannot swing that, though, brother. I cannot swing that. So maybe we're not dead. But if he's a smart player, we're definitely dead. Because now we just have to take or block. If we block, he can put everything on Uta even. So we will take. He drops the Goldie Roger. GG's. Well, we'll block out here. He just plays any rush body at all. He had the Roger. He should have played the Roger first, or I guess after it hit. But like I said, even if we did block out of that one, it didn't matter. So GG's to the Shanks. Alright guys, here is the quick Wano build. It's literally just Perona, copy and paste. You got 2k counter Issho, Hiyori, which you can play from trash off Gecko, cheating out a Yamato that has double attack and banish. Momonosuke is going to be our main searcher. Our searchers also being Otama, which grabs Land of Wano versus Wano Country. Why they did two different ones, I don't know. Screws up the deck sometimes. Anyways, Krieg, trash one card, KO 2, rested cost 4 lowers. Great into Doflamingo, Rosinante, 2-cost blocker that basically if your opponent's trash or KOs one of your rested characters, it saves it. Really good. Ryuma, 4-cost goes 4-cost. Carrot freezes a 7-cost or lower. Suru, -2, you've already seen these. One-legged soldier is used for our play off the Gecko Moria, Hiyori, and one-legged soldier, so now we can give -3 to something and then cheat out a Ryuma from our hand in those situations that it's in our hand, because it's hard to trash sometimes in a black deck a card that is not discardable for counter or anything like that. Only off the 0 cost, we only run as a 1-of. Obviously Gecko Moria into You Can Be My Samurai, rest 2 of your characters, draw 2. This is a staple in Perona. Let's get into some games with this build, and then you guys can see this one. Alright, we're going to take first away from the Doflamingo, and that's way too many You Can Be My Samurais, and that's way too many Ryumas, so we're just going to pass turn right there. Nothing to do on our first turn, which almost never happens in this deck, because we play 8 first turn cards, but hey, it is what it is, my boys. We're just going to swing 6 at face. We don't have Rook in this build, so that kind of sucks. There's not really a way to mesh the two together to have consistency. If you find a way to do it, please let me know. He gets to play out the teach here, adding a Jinbei to the top, I'm assuming. Swinging 8 at face. We are just going to take this, more than likely. He plays out the Boa. It's going to be 9 at face, and I don't want to give the blocker just yet, so we'll definitely wait and just take. It is what it is. I will swing 6 here at Jinbei. Seeing what he wants to do. If he lets it die, we could play the Borsalino, but he does not, so we will play out the Ryuma, killing it anyways, and then passing the turn. I did it that way because if he would block with the Boa and give me a 1k, I would have killed the Boa instead. Usually Jinbei is not the target you want in their trash, but it is what it is. He plays out the Jozu. Jozu is going to bounce something to bounce our Ryuma. No, our Rosinante. A good Doflamingo player, in my opinion, would have bounced the Ryuma, because even though you get the ability every turn, oh well. We definitely will counter out of this with a Borsalino. We could have also done the Yamato, which probably would have been better. I just didn't think about it. We'll give him a Suru here. We're setting up for our Gecko Moria plays in about 1 turn, so we do have another Ryuma, which is really good, and a Rosinante, so we can swing 6 in a face, play out the Ryuma and the Rosinante. We also could play out the Yamato, but with double attack and banish in a board like this with a blocker, it's not going to do much. So I like the Ryuma play, I'm not going to lie to you. We'll go 6 here, force counter out of hand, he'll probably take the life, so that's kind of our strategy here, is to take cards out of hand. We can always change up what we're doing if he does not want to let this die. We're showing him 6, he has no idea what we're doing for 6 because who knows what this deck plays, you know what I'm saying? We are killing his hand though, especially when he had the Martial D Teach on the board earlier, so we will play both of these out. Pass turn. We could have left 1 active out of that, not swinging 6 and swinging 5 in a face instead to restand the Ryuma, but we did not, so oh well. Oh well. He's going to swing probably 7 here. He can easily clear this, but he should swing the Jozu first. We will block out of the Jozu swing because he's about to cheat something out, right? He's just going to go at face. Holy cow, 9k at face. Pop off, king. We are going to take this because I'm assuming it's going to be a 7 and a 4 cost. But we don't know, so we're about to find out. We get a 1-cost Momonosuke, a little too late here, and just as I said, we will give him this, and we don't have nothing. Oh, this is a horrible Gecko Moria play. If that's the way we decide to go, I'm going to say we aren't going to be able to go that way, so we'll give him the Yamato. I don't think we'll need the Yamato at this point. It does help you get back into these games, though, late game, but he's wanting to play a 4-cost out. It looks like another Boa, which is not going to be fun for us, having another blocker. He could have gotten a free Dawn as well, and he already used the Teach effect, or I was going to say he could technically give it to his Teach and then go crazy. We get the Sabo off the top. I like the Momonosuke play and then into the Borsalino if we need it. So we'll see what he wants to do. If he gives us the 1 card in his hand, he's cooked. So let's see if he wants to give us the 1 card in his hand. Because at least we can guarantee to kill these if he does, and he does. So we can guarantee kill this. And then we can swing 7 here. He's going to give us the blocker instead, I'm sure, but that's fine with me. Now we know we have 7 Dawn to play with, which is a... Oh, he does not want to give us the blocker. We'll search top 5, grabbing an Otama, returning that to hand, and then we will play down... We go Borsalino and stand this as active to have Searcher next turn, but I think I'd rather him swing this, so we will go with this. Draw 2, we'll trash this, and I think we're going to need the Ice Age for the KO later, but I can't really get rid of counter right now, so I guess we'll have to get rid of the Ice Age here and pass our turnover. We have a blocker on board, so we should be pretty safe right now, but not much is going on in the attack side of things. As you can see, this deck is very slow and methodical. We are trying to just build up as much as possible. He's already stacked the top 3 with the Boa last turn, so it's difficult to play. And so if you like this build, we will definitely be doing Perona very soon, where you can see Perona is just better Issho. 100% there is better Issho. We should just probably take this, leaving him 8 Dawn to split between these 3, I'm assuming. But we'll go ahead and take 1, and then we get a trigger. Rest one of your opponent's cost 4 lower characters. We'll do that. We'll rest this. Sure. At least now there's only 2 attacks we may have to block out of or counter out of, because if he splits here correctly, which he doesn't need to split apparently, he bounces the Boa back to hand and then bounces our Sabo back to hand. So now he can only swing 7 at face, which we will just block out with the Rosinante. So I guess we're in a safe spot. I guess not. He puts the Boa on the top. He's going to be able to cheat out the Boa now, giving him an extra Dawn. Obviously, we're just going to block out of this with our Rosinante. Sorry, I don't know what that was. So what can we do off the Gecko Moria? We don't have anything really effective to do here. We don't have a Ryuma in the trash, which does suck. We can definitely kill this. For sure we're killing this. And for sure I'm going to kill this. We can search the top to see what we find. If we find a Ryuma, that may be good because we can cheat out the Hiyori. So we may search top 5, see if we find a Ryuma. We do find a Ryuma, so that's a free kill here. We don't have to swing. So I definitely think we grab the Ryuma. And then you'll see why, because we get to draw a card in just a second here, right? So we'll go 5 into face because the Ryuma won't be able to kill the Jozu. We don't have a way to rest the Jozu. I guess we could have... No, there wasn't a way. We'll go 5 into face, then we'll go 6 into face, and then we will Gecko Moria. The cool thing about this Gecko play is that it's very strong. You'll just see in just a second if he decides what he wants to do. Maybe. Possibly. There's nothing you can do. You can't counter out of this. So what we're going to do is play the Rosinante as active here and the Hiyori as rested. The Hiyori is going to filter the Ryuma into a draw 1 and getting out a body, so that's going to be really good. We'll swing 6 into face. He'll probably just take, yep, just as we expected. Now we will Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria will cheat out Rosinante, and then Hiyori as rested. We will trash the Hiyori to cheat out the Ryuma, drawing a card and killing this, giving us more counter in hand, and then we will pass turn with 1 active, standing the Ryuma as active. We did have the game there, to be fair. He was about to draw Jinbei off the top, and then his above that was Jozu, so the blind rip would not have hit, but he could have added a Gecko Moria out, played out the Jinbei into Gecko Moria, add back the Boa. He didn't have a guy to put it to the top anymore, though, which was the only issue. Then he could have leader affected. He could have spammed bodies on the board, but he wasn't safe, especially because he didn't have any more blockers. So, hey, we got to win. That's all I was looking for today. We got to win with green-black Issho, the Wano build. Literally just a worse Perona. We kind of high-rolled as well and just found the right cards off the Momonosuke and everything, but it worked. So we started them out. We did our job. Those are the 2 builds for the decks. As you saw, the Navy one was just struggling. This one is actually somewhat successful, but you could just play Perona instead. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so control-oriented that the Perona build just is more my style than a destruction control build, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Oh my goodness. Well, the first non-meta deck's going to be Queen right here. I don't even know what curve Queen wants, so I'll just take second and mulligan that hand. I know it looked good, but I don't know what looks good for this deck, honestly. I mean, that's the tough thing about bouncing around so many decks, guys. The biggest thing that I'm having an issue with is just getting good at one deck specifically, which is why I love Red Green Law. That's kind of my deck, so if you want to see some stuff on that, let me know. But that's my go-to. That's my baby. I think we will... He wants to starve us out, so I don't think I want to give him this Momonosuke kill just yet. I think it would just be a little too easy for him, especially when we're developing the Borsalino next turn. So I will just pass turn there and not do the search. I know that may be crazy, but crazy I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Oh, he just wants to swing us. Hey, we got a swinger. Let's go. we get the You Can Be My Samurai. That's cool with me, my guy. Do we search? No, we're gonna Borsalino. So we'll go 5 at face, see what kind of triggers he can pop off with right here. Or if he wants to counter, more than likely he counters here for leader ability. Or he just gets the craziest boa trigger ever, because who plays that card in this deck? Wild. And we'll play the Borsalino Mountain Path turn over. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. He plays out a Jinbei into a boa blocker and then wants to swing 6 at us. This guy's kind of cracked. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think we will give him the one-legged soldier. We don't have much else to do, so we're gonna give him a 2k, might as well not even rest our blocker. We do have this to stop them next turn, but nothing to do for this turn, so I think we have to search. We haven't found anything we need. We'll grab another Momonosuke, playing out another Momonosuke. We'll search again, finding another Ryuma. We now have 3 Ryumas in hand. If we would have known that, we would have done things a little different. Now we will swing 6 at face, and we're going to go double 6s here and then stand the Borsalino back as active. He's going to give us the blockers because he got one for free anyways, so it's like free real estate. I guess he'll do what he wants to do. Red Rock, screw you. And that's how you rap. I'm pretty good at it. Pretty good at it. What can I say? We'll take that. We get the Otama off the rip. And we get puddinged. Let's go, guys. Pudding. Nice. We'll Ryuma, because at least Carrot has counter, so maybe that's a good reason not to run the Carrot, because it doesn't do much for us. I would like to search, get more cards in hand here. The only thing we can grab is a freaking Ryuma, dude. What the? I'm getting mad. I mean, like, we can grab this, but it's like, do I want this? Not really. Not really. We will just swing 7 at their face right here. Hopefully not getting another crazy trigger. The Red Rock was insane. I would like to not see that here. Maybe even getting 2 cards out of hand, which I could see happening, especially because if they play a Katakuri on their next turn, they will be sitting in a good spot. They can get rid of our Ryuma, put it to the bottom of our life, and then also draw 1 because they'll be at 9. So I think I would counter here pretty aggressively, trying to go to, yep, there we go. Even then, though, I mean, if they play the Katakuri, they don't have 4 less added together, so we're still in a safe spot. We'll stand this as active. We get to keep our Searcher for our next turn, which is really strong. Probably the strongest part of this. Can't kill anything with that guy, so it is what it is. They don't gain a life at least, so that's always going to be good. We will be giving him probably the Carrot, because it's not going to do anything for us at this point in the game, because now he chains these big bodies. I guess we could minus them down and freeze them because of our leader ability. Maybe that would have been a good thing to test out, but I'd rather just kill him. Kill him! With the Ryuma and the Ice Ages, because we're kind of stuck with the Ice Age anyways, so you can just pass your turn now. There's nothing else you can do. Perfect. We get the Issho over here. We could rest down their boa blocker and just kill it for free. I don't know if that's for me, though. Let's just search the top 5. We'll grab a Otama. We'll play out the Otama. Yeah, I like playing out the Otama here. Searching the top, grabbing a... She grabs Land of Wano, so she can grab the Ryuma. Can she grab the Yamato? She can grab the Yamato. I don't think she's supposed to be able to grab the Yamato here, guys. I'm going to be honest with you, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Play out Sabo, draw 2. We will trash 2 here, being... The Ice Age is going to be good for the Ryuma. I don't think we're going to end up using this. Well, technically we could use it this turn, so I think we'll keep that. I think we get rid of this and the Borsalino, crazy enough, because the thing is, you'll see in a second. Here, we'll just go 6 at face, see what you want to do. They should counter here with a 2k, playing out something next turn and getting a extra 1 here. Very smart. We will play You Can Be My Samurai, tapping both of these to draw 2, and then when we pass our turn, we stand the Sabo back as active, which is really good with that You Can Be My Samurai card, letting us draw 2 cards right there. They hit the Gravity Blade on us. Sure, I guess. That sucks, but hey, it is what it is. He'll get to gain a life here, so I guess that was a very good play. Kind of impressed. What can I say? And then we'll just have to take this. We get the trigger right here, and we will KO the Boa Hancock. He has the Yamato swing still, so we're kind of in a sticky situation. I didn't even think about that, so we'll Ice Age down the Yamato, kill it with Ryuma, and then we will play out... Ooh, this would be risky to play. I think we're better just swinging their face and keeping the 2k in hand, because he shouldn't have any rush options here. We'll leave 1 active. We technically could have only put 3 Dawn. We would have had the 1 extra for the Otama, but we don't know what's going to be there. We're leaving the 1 active to scare him, guys. He is scared now. Oh, well. Gecko Moria off the rip. I would say this one is what they call over. They played this perfectly. 15 at face. Pass turn. Now he just has to swing 9 and then 15. GG's. What is it, Petunia? What? My cat's acting up. Bro, if they fumble this, I'm gonna be pissed. There we go.